today on Divorce Court.
I want the judge to be able to tell me if our relationship is worth keeping, because I love Donte, but I will not force him to be in a relationship that he does not want to be in.
I'm here just to let Enjoli know that I don't want to be her husband no longer. I was never a husband type when she first met me, and I'm not now. To be honest, I think I just need to let loose and let my roots sprout.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm here with Enjoli Baptiste and Donte Baptiste. The two of you have been together for 7 years, married for 3, and you have 3 children together. Also in the courtroom, I have Mr. Baptiste's grandmother, Sharon Curry. Hello to you. Thank you so much for coming. And I'm going to get some information from you later. Mr. Baptiste, I think you are done and finished. You want to say goodbye to this relationship. You want to end the marriage. Mrs. Baptiste, you have hope. And you want to see if you can make it work out. So, Mrs. Baptiste, I'm going to start with you. And Mr. Baptiste, when you go, you want $2,700, and we'll discuss that later on. But, Mrs. Baptiste, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me how this relationship got started and how do we end up in divorce court today?
We were currently friends at that time, and we start fooling around. We started dating and talking, and then we end up having a son. I never forced a relationship. I let him know that I wanted a faithful relationship, and if he wasn't with a faithful relationship, that we could just continue to be friends. He decided that he didn't want to share me with anyone, so he decided to be in a relationship with me, which I was fine with that, but then it was, he started cheating. First, you know, it was, I'm going to change, you know, so I was thinking, okay, he's going to change. But then we started moving into apartment buildings, and then he started dating girls, cheating on me with females in the apartment buildings. It came from the apartment buildings, then just having sex with homegirls, then friends, and... Throughout the entire 3 years of your marriage, has he been cheating? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Baptiste, why don't you tell me your version of how you two got together and how your marriage has functioned?
First of all, she was a friend of my aunt's. We were staying in L.A., and she was one of many at the time, but she was just a friend. We were so-called best friends. I confided in her, tell her about my situation that I had going on with other females and things like that. She'd give me advice. So one day, well, everybody was assuming that her and I was just fooling around, but we wasn't. We were just friends. In all actuality, we were actually just friends. But then I asked her, like, why you want to mess with me? She was like, well, I wonder why they fighting over you. So one thing led to another. We became more than friends. We became friends with benefits. So in the midst of that, I ended up getting to violating probation, ended up doing a month in jail. In the midst of me being in jail, I had a girlfriend. Me and her were together, and me and her were still friends. But while I was in jail, the girl ended up breaking up with me, getting with somebody else, and then...
The other girl?
The other girl,
okay.
Yeah. And then me and her, while I was in jail, I told her, like, well, all right, let's make it official. Whatnot. I got out, tried to make it work, but I continued to fall back into my old ways.
Did you actually envision being able to be monogamous, being able to be committed to just one woman, or did you never have any intention of doing that?
To be honest, I wanted to try it because I seen my little brother.
He didn't have any intention.
He had a girlfriend, and he was just so embittered with him and this girl, and always used to do things. I wanted to try.
And it looked like a nice thing.
It looked like a nice thing, and I thought I could do it, but I couldn't.
When did you realize you weren't going to be able to be faithful?
It wasn't the point of realizing. I already knew. I knew from the beginning because I love her, don't get me wrong. It just, we never really built that relationship on going out or getting to actually know one another. When we did talk, it was about our problems and our situations.
With other people.
Other people.
I got you.
We didn't really get
I got you. Ms. Baptiste, I'm going to ask you a question. Didn't you see what he was doing with all these other women?
Yes, ma'am.
And my understanding is 3 other women were pregnant at the same time that you were pregnant with his first child. Is that right?
They were pretend pregnant. Only one of them was actually pregnant, and yes, I was knowledgeable of that.
Okay. I mean, When you running it that often with no
Protection.
thank you. I'm just up here. Protection, diseases, babies, none of that bothered you. Because by having sex with him, you were having sex with all the women that he was having sex with. So any of those 20, 30, I don't know how many women he had, could have something that could kill you. Did it ever bother you?
Yes, ma'am, it did. And that's why we had plenty of discussions, because regardless of what he's telling you, I didn't want the relationship. Well, he was telling me something different. He was telling me that he wanted a family. He was telling me that we was going to make it work. You know, we was...
I'll tell you one thing and show you something else. It's completely
Well, how
different.
about
Give me a moment. Let me compose myself.
If I have somewhere to go, she have a problem with this person, but I'm still cool with this person, and my kids are with me, it don't go down. She don't want it. I'd rather sleep in the car with my kids. What
Are
type
you
of
that
stuff is that?
unstable that you don't have some place to stay all the time?
Yes.
I tell you why I get so agitated about this circumstance. What happens is you get a whole society, a whole whole piece of society who has multiple babies, mamas, and fathers here, there, and yon. Nobody has the stability, the economic stability, the familial stability, and there's always fighting and arguing, and there's never a sense of we're a community that's going to progress because everybody's doing everybody and got kids over here, over there, and it never works out. It builds a permanently impoverished portion of society, and to the extent that we can't support that much longer with that thing blowing up. So when a man tells you A and does B, believe B, because A is what he's trying to get you to believe. B is who he is. Now let me say this. If you're B, claim B. Be a man. Don't lie to people. Don't tell people that you're something other than what you are. You that bad a dude and get that many women, because clearly women don't just do anything. You know, go ahead and claim. I'm not about it. I'm a traveler. I will sleep with you. I will impregnate you. I will move on. And let them know. That's it. And then it's all on them. Me, people are like, oh, bye-bye. Yeah, you know, and then the rest of them will sleep with you, and you'll have babies with only women who sleep with ratchet dudes. And you're gonna have a really difficult time with all those baby mamas because they're not the thinking ones. You're building your own private personal hell, one baby at a time. Just trying to say. Mrs. Curry, why don't you come on up? You're his grandmother. Come on up.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. So you don't want to claim him anymore. You don't want to claim anymore. How many kids do you have, Mr. Baptiste?
I have 4 children.
You have 4 children. Mrs. Curry, why don't you tell me what you saw in this relationship and what you see in what he's doing with all those women out there?
Well, really, he don't have that many women, but...
You got 4 kids.
I have 2 baby mamas. I have a wife and a baby mama.
And a baby mama.
And their kids are the same age.
I didn't find out about the 5-year-old until he was 3. That was my girlfriend at that particular time.
But he didn't let nobody know that was his girlfriend. They're supposed to be best friends.
Thank you.
Well, Ms. Curry, now, did you have any words of wisdom for Ms. Baptiste when she was pursuing
I tell her all the time.
him?
I still tell her I love Enjoli. And she don't take my advice. She listen, but she do her own thing. And
What was your advice to her?
Do her and her kids. You know, you can't make him do what you want him to do, because he's not going to do it. I mean, and I don't take up for him. I'm for right. And I get on his case all the time about what he does.
Well, what doesn't he do for his children that you believe he ought to?
Well, what you don't do.
Exactly.
I feel like he should spend more time. I feel like he should be more family-orientated with his kids. even if it's not with me, just with the kids, because the kids need their dad.
Well, what isn't he doing? Give me an example or a list of things that you would like him to more actively engage in.
You'll go to a family event and you won't take the kids. It'll be everybody else's kids, but you won't bring your own kids. Or you'll go to a party or something because you don't want them telling me whatever.
Okay, now
Hang on, let her finish. Let her finish. Go ahead.
Or you don't want them knowing, me finding out certain things, so you don't take them to certain areas or, things of that nature.
That's where she jumps to conclusions.
Okay, Mr.
That's
Baptiste,
where she jumping to conclusions.
All the
Now,
time.
first of all, she told me that you meddle. So I know you do.
I do.
Because you jump into everything, and I
Not
get that.
everything.
But I'm going to let Mr. Baptiste respond to that.
When I take them, I'm out and about, she want to tell me what I can and can't do with them or where they can and can't sleep. But if I have somewhere to go, she have a problem with this person, but I'm still cool with this person, and my kids are with me, they don't go down. She don't want it. I'd rather sleep in the car with my kids. You rather what? I have somewhere for us to go, but you rather sleep in the car. You can sleep in the car, but give me my kids. And no, because I don't like this person. Since I don't like them, you shouldn't like them. What type
Are you
of stuff
that
is that?
unstable that you don't have some place to stay all the time?
Yes.
His money goes on his shoes, his clothes, his jewelry, his whatever, his whatnots, him going out. My money is me and the kids. That's all.
Mr. Baptiste, your response to that accusation?
My response is, she right, my money is for me.
I guess my question to you, Mr. Baptiste, is do you want to save this relationship or are you ready to move on?
What I want to save is our friendship, our co-parenting. I want us to be able to be...
To be civil.
Civil, and I want her head to be right for herself, and I want her to not so much worry about what I got going on, because I'm going to be straight. And if I'm straight, our kids going to be straight. If you straight, our kids going to be straight. The objective of the day is our kids. Don't worry about so much of what I got going on, and I won't worry about
Economically,
you.
how stable are you as a family, as a unit?
And we
Not
bring
at all.
each other down when we're together.
No, we bring each other down because there's
Hang on, let her finish. Go.
no family. There's no togetherness. Instead of us being adults and talking about our issues and problems and finding a solution, he goes to other people and bring other people solutions. And he feels like, okay, this is better for us, so this is what we're going to do. But it might not be better for me. It might not be better for our family. So I have no input. I'm supposed to be like a little girl and just listen to him. But sometimes my motherly instincts tell me something else. So I feel like that we should, I'll listen to him, he don't listen to me.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Is anybody working?
Yes.
Oh, Grandma, you're
She
up.
don't follow nobody's advice. She don't do what's right.
we do this,
She,
I don't
she,
do this.
you
It's
tell her to
always
do
her
A,
way.
she do B, and how did it work out for you? It always fail. It always fail.
Okay. So, I hear you.
Okay.
Don't do that again.
Okay.
Is anybody working?
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody's working.
Yes.
Okay. Are you living in the same house?
No.
How long did you ever live in the same place?
Yes.
How long?
We ain't never made it past a year together in the same house.
So
Those
your
7
income
years we've been
income
together.
is split between two different households, correct?
Right.
Yes.
Which is part of the reasons why it's such a struggle.
My income is for me and the kids. His income is for whatever he decides to give me, and it goes to him and whoever he decides to spend his money on. His money goes on his shoes, his clothes, his jewelry, his whatever, his whatnots, him going out. My money is me and the kids. That's all.
Mr. Baptiste, your response to that accusation?
My response is, she right, my money is for me, but when I do it, it's for my kids too. When I make it, I make it.
You have anything in the bank for a rainy day? Is anybody going to go to college or vocational school? Is somebody going braces, glasses, something like that? Are you there? Are
I'm
you
not
popping
there.
off like that?
Not yet, but I will be.
Yeah.
And I feel that I can do that by myself without being with her.
And maybe that's true, but I'm going to say this, and I'll say this to both of you. before hair gets done, nails get done, cool shoes get bought, nice shirts get bought, your children's security, your economic, educational, emotional, health security comes first.
Yes,
so if you
right.
don't have enough in the bank to take care of whatever emergencies may
Yes,
occur,
ma'am.
if you don't have a start for a college fund, if you don't have everything that they need, you should be wearing the stuff that costs $10. I'm telling you, it's not right. As this relationship comes to an unseemly end, Mr. Baptiste, you would like to have $2,700 for damages you say Mrs. Baptiste caused to your car. Can you explain that to me, please?
I like, go take care of your business, just be careful. But this is after we got into it, I forgot what we got into about. She come back, I was trying to call you, I got into an accident. Okay, did you get any information? I chased him, I couldn't get him. So why is the front and the back is smashed in? I got hit from behind too, so you didn't get the information from the person that hit you from behind? No, so what you do? That's the irresponsible stuff I be talking about. So I go and get it fixed, cost what, about $1,200 to get it fixed the first time. Then the next time, about what, how long after that? About 2 weeks later, after it get fixed, she go crash it again.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question, Mr. Baptiste. I want you to look in your soul to answer it. Do you really want to take $2,700 from the mother of your children?
What you mean, take it from her? And it's gonna go right back to them.
Yeah. You're not getting any money, obviously. And I don't think you really wanted it, but I'm not gonna give you any money, but I am gonna give you some advice. From here forward, Ms. Baptiste, you have to believe you get the guy you pick, not the one you hope he becomes. And if the guy is doing A, B, and C, that's who he is. And don't let the idea of, oh, let's get married, fool you into believing that he's going to be somebody other than who he is. And you have an obligation at this juncture to make your relationship smooth enough, and I'm talking to both of you now, that your children will not be rubbed raw by the friction between the two of you.
Exactly.
All right? They got to be put first economically. You have to spend time with them. And don't just have them tag along to your stuff. You need to be tagging along to their stuff. They got to be in baseball. They got to be in art class. You understand what I'm saying? This relationship is over. Forget about it. Just forget about it. Forget about the women. Forget about all of that. You two remember that your children need two rational, sane, modestly dressed, economically secure parents to love them as if they're the most important thing in their world. Do you think we can get that?
Yeah. No.
Do you think we can get that?
Yes.
Grandma's on board. Yeah, you on board. I hope you on board, Mr. Baptiste. It's whether or not there's a solid father in the home or in the life is crucial.
That's right.
It's crucial, not just to the boys, but to the girls. Because if the girls don't have a solid male person in their lives, they're going to fall for the first fool that gives them a line. She'll be 15, pregnant, because she wanted some dude to tell her she was marvelous. You tell her she's marvelous, and she'll be able to wait. There will be no recovery in this matter. It is so ordered.
I actually came here to save my marriage, but after hearing the judge and the hurtful things that he displayed on today, that there's no need to save this marriage. It's over. After this, that's all I can do is take me and my kids, and we're gonna be okay.
I didn't want to save the marriage because after 7 years of being together, I came to my senses and realized that we're not compatible with anything.
I think the judge's advice today is right on, because they should be able to co-parent because their relationship is not good.